Okay, so here we are at Peatland Conference, and could you introduce yourself, please, and tell us a bit about your experience with the conference and the event?
Sure. My name is Hans von Sonntag. I'm a filmmaker and kind of a director in the advertising industry. And I figured that the peatlands issue is one of the biggest issues we have in Europe when it comes to environment and climate mitigation. Climate warming mitigation, okay? Peatlands emit massive greenhouse gas. For instance, a degraded peatland emits about 20 tons per year, per hectare, greenhouse gas, which is about more than 2 European people do, okay? Which sounds not much, but you know, because there are millions of hectares around which are degraded, it's quite a thing, okay? So they need to be restored. And to make that happen, we have to get the people behind the issue. Everybody should know that peatlands are a great place to be, a brilliant habitat when restored, and really sad when they are degraded and used as grasslands or as as for crops and whatnot. And we should be bringing them back, and society should demand that. And to bring back biodiversity, and also, which is in our times so important, to mitigate the climate warming.
So I would say to keep it short, you would say if peatlands are degraded, they are terrible pollutant, but if they are restored, they are an excellent tool to fight climate change.
Absolutely. Yeah. Degraded peatlands are a big issue when it comes to climate warming, because they're emitting tons of greenhouse gas, about 20 tons per hectare when they are badly degraded, which many are, about over 90% in Germany, for instance. So from this perspective, if you want to, make the climate change not too bad and want to mitigate it, you have to restore peatlands as soon as possible.
So, in terms of role of this event, how you would foresee the contribution from this event to the mission of restoring peatlands?
Okay, the thing about peatlands is that we know a lot, but not everything. Okay, so this conference is much about the science, but also about how to bring the knowledge we now have to the people, to the policies, to the politicians, to what has to be done that our society understands that peatlands must be restored. So this conference is twofold. It's about policy, but even much more about science. And good policy is always based on science.
So we have data-driven, science-driven approach here, which is much needed to make sure that whatever is presented to the public is credible, right, and can be trusted.
Absolutely. It's all about credibility, okay? You can only have, feasible policies if credibility is high, and the best credibility you can get is by science, isn't it?
So if you foresee the near future, let's say the positive scenario, what would that be with peatlands?
Oh, okay, that's cool. The near future would be every peatland should be restored. We'll be back to normal. It's going to be wet. You need these kind of boots, right? These kind of boots. Not like you. Okay, proper boots.
Yes.
And you need tons of boardwalks, and this, which is very important, which, makes them so unique. And then we might have paludiculture on them, but we also might have, solar panels on them. And use them as a area where everybody can enjoy, the birds, whatnot, every animal, everybody who likes, them. And we might have them using them a bit for paludiculture, which is, agriculture on peatlands, but also, which I think is even more suitable, is use them for solar energy.
So also I believe, Ireland obviously has a lot of peatlands, but I think it's not common knowledge that even other places like Germany or so actually have a lot of peatlands, right? As well, in Central Europe, in West of Europe, there is still a lot of peatlands, right?
Yeah, but the big difference between Ireland and I think Germany, for instance, is that peatlands is at the core of the Irish identity, like a leprechaun or Guinness beer. Okay. This kind of thing, okay? But it's definitely not in Germany.
Yeah.
In Germany, it is abandoned kind of area And that's basically hasn't got to do much with the German identity.
No, I understand that, but let's say it's while it is very feasible in Ireland and much needed in Ireland and also part of the culture, it's also a solution for other countries in Europe as well. It's not unique to Ireland.
Absolutely not. No, not. Yeah. It's worldwide. It's a worldwide issue. Yeah. The worst country when it comes to greenhouse gas emissions through, peatlands is Indonesia. Okay, and that is because they tend to burn. Okay, you have to understand peat as a fossil fuel, which burns, brutally if ignited.
Okay, thank you very much for this very enlightening presentation, and I wish you good luck. Thank you very much. Thank you.